Welcome everyone to the Yale Makes Info Night. We're so excited to have you all. And for those of you who can't join us, we hope this recording can give you a little oversight to what we're doing for the year and what our plans are. Really excited for everything to come. So yeah, next slide.
I'm trying. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start off by doing a little bit of introductions. We'll go around. We love go arounds in the Zoom world. It's a time. But yeah, I'll go first. So hello, my name is Miriam. She, her, hers. I am a junior in Franklin. I am majoring in electrical engineering and computer science. I'm currently on campus. It's a time. I can see my dorm. Woo, good times. Things that I like to make. I really enjoy robotics. It's kind of what got me started into like the whole sphere of making things. It's really fun, good times. We love some good robots. So that's cool. I also got into Arduino and Raspberry Pi like projects and electronics. So I like to make those. I love 3D printing. I do a lot of CAD. CAD is computer aided design. So it's cool to CAD things on the computer and then like print them out because it's like, wow, look at my little creation. I actually have a little bulldog from the SEED, the Center for Engineering Innovation Design. They love printing out little bulldogs for Yale, so I got some on my desk. If I could meet any maker in the world, who would it be? Probably Adam Savage. That's also like kind of like what got me into this whole like, oh, you can like do things. Like because he's of course one of the Mythbusters. I loved watching the Mythbusters when I was little. So I thought he was really cool. He always had some like fun cosplay things. But he'd like dress up as Indiana Jones and do cool like busting of myths with the other Mythbusters. So yeah, that's me. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Someone. Okay.
I'm Ken. He, him pronouns. I'm class of 23 and in Silliman. I'm majoring in computer science and history. So right now I'm working on building a boat. Neil knows this actually. So like a kayak out of plywood and canvas, and it's like a foldable kayak. I'm up to that stage where I'm like painting the boat. But I think there might be a hole that I have to plug, so I need to figure that out first. David was joking that it would sink, and now I don't want that to be true. Yeah, but similar to Miriam, I really got started, doing robotics in high school, and also big fan of 3D printing, computer aided design, all that good stuff. Any maker in the world. So there's actually a YouTuber. I don't know if you heard of Peter Sripal. He does like these. He does these like pretty big builds with like I think one time like no, it's several times he's worked on like a sort of like an ultralight like project. So he like built a entire like ultralight airplane. And it's just really cool the stuff that he does. I'm gonna try and maybe get him as a speaker. We'll see. But yeah, all right, that's me.
I'll go next. I'm David, he and his, and I'm a psych major. I don't know why I chose psych. It's just I decided, and I'm a junior, and I'm in Hopper College. And I really just like all things art. I'm a painter, and then but like kind of how I got involved with like a lot of the maker stuff is 3D printing, and because I love to make like shit. Oh, sorry, language. I just
You're
hit
being
myself.
recorded.
Oh no. But like proper replicas, and that you can just download online, and I love to paint them. So that's kind of how I love it, and I also love to make films and photography, and so like mostly visual stuff. That's all I like to make. And if I can meet any maker in the world, this is a strange one because he is a criminal. Wolfgang Beltraki, he is one of the most notorious forgers in the world, and his art is just amazing. So that's why I don't think we'll invite him. I feel like that's breaking some policy, but we have lined up. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
I can go next. I'm Neil Ma. I'm a or he, him, his. I'm a sophomore in Silman College. I'm probably gonna major in physics. Might do applied, who knows. What do I like to make? I like to make things that I use a lot. So right now I'm working on like a little lamp because my desk lamp is stuck at school. Ken packed it up for me. Thank you, Ken. Um, Other than that, I kind of got my intro to making in high school too, with a little bit of robotics, but mostly rocketry. So I really like building things that I can see work, and then like making stencils and everything to paint them. And I just find that all of that super fun. And if I could meet any maker, I'd have to say I don't know if anybody knows him, but he runs a YouTube channel called Sufficiently Advanced. His name is Alan Pan. He made like these kind of gauntlet things that shoot fire, like a firebender. That was just the coolest thing.
I love that video. It's so good. It's a cool rocket poster.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Nimrin. She, her, hers. I am a first year in TD, and I think I'm gonna major in mechanical engineering, or physics. And I like making wood rig machines. That's what I did in high school. And so I don't think I have the time to flesh out my chaotic machines anymore, but I still want to like build more and more like different types of things and learn how to use all the programs and everything. If I could meet any maker in the world, there's this YouTube channel called Wintergarten. It's like Swedish, but like he speaks English and everything. And he made the marble machine, and I love the marble machine. It's like so inspiring. So like I would want to meet him because I just like, man, I would like if once they have the world tour for the marble machine, I want to go on that tour because I want to listen to the marble machine play live.
That thing is crazy. I remember seeing the video a few years ago, and I was blown away by it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fake at first. Actually, I saw the video somewhere, and I was like, I was like, I think it's fake, but apparently it's
it's real.
It's real.
It broke down, and then the new one. And I was following the journey in the beginning, and then like school's really busy, so he's still posting stuff about it because there's so many complications with it. But yeah, I haven't followed it in a while. But I want to meet him because I like how he bridges like music and like all the machinery and stuff together. And like for me, besides like all the STEM stuff, like I'm also like a creative writer. So like I want to find like business too. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Exciting. Yeah, let's continue on. So this is the board.
You've already met the board.
We've met the board. We did our introduction.
Yeah. You see, I was very resourceful with my red cello cup. So, planting pots are like I couldn't bother to get one. I didn't want to walk anywhere to like buy a pot for an aloe plant. So
could have 3D printed it.
I could have 3D printed it, but that's too much work. There's like red cello cups everywhere. So
sad.
Resourcefulness. Okay. Yeah. We'll go through this kind of. Oh God, I didn't know you put this picture in.
So yeah. Who are we? We're a community of makers. Yeah, we come from different backgrounds, and Ken loves saying his favorite motto in the world.
Yeah, I don't know how this happened. I think at 3 a.m. I was like, oh, we need a motto for this. So I was like, breadboards, and more. This is what goes through my mind at 3 a.m. But the idea is, one of the and I think Miriam, I think you and I have talked about this, but the thing is, you don't see at Yale like the people who are like really into like sort of making stuff and you know, tinkering and doing all that stuff. It's a pretty small group of people, or at least, you know, there's not a lot of interaction between people. So it's a lot of, you know, isolated people, isolated, making their own small projects, but there's not much of a, you know, for lack of a better term, culture of making and tinkering, experimenting that you might get at other schools. So we're here to kind of fill that gap. And sort of the important takeaway from really, you know, anything is where like, you know, where YaleMakes is going to go in the future is really up to all of you, and it's up to all of the members. You know, we don't have any, like, you know, specific like plans already set out, or like we don't have like a schedule that we have to adhere to, as far as like we have these speakers lined up and these workshops that we have to do. It's really whatever that you feel would help you as a maker, and you know, help support you in, you know, the kinds of things that you're interested, whether, you know, if you're studying it or if it's just a thing that you enjoy on the side as a hobby. Yeah.
And then hopefully also another point of getting the community together is collaboration. You know, different people with different kinds of brains can come together and make something awesome. And I think that will be the future of YaleMakes when, you know, when we leave, is, you know, when we finally go back on campus, whenever that would be, is, you know, people actually coming together to make cool stuff together. And because right now it's going to be mainly, you know, one stream. We have speakers and, you know, people talking, demonstrating, but hopefully in the future will be more of an interactive experience.
Yes. Okay. So most since we are, you know, virtual, right? Most of our interaction, our meetings are going to be over Zoom. Most of the interactions will be over Zoom, or you know, we set up a Slack. There's a link at the end of the bunch of slides to join the Slack as well. But the idea of having a Slack is, if you're working on something and you want to bounce ideas off of someone else and, you know, get advice, or if you saw something cool, like a video that you want to share, or, you know, just really communicating, socializing, talking about projects, talking about whatever. You know, we have the Slack there for that. And then we're going to have, we have different types of meetings too, right? So I think we've already sort of alluded to speakers, and I don't think we've said workshops yet, but we'll have workshops. And then, you know, we'll also have a third type of meeting where it's just, you know, we'll open up a Zoom room and people can drop in and just say hi and, you know, talk and share stuff that they're working on, stuff like that.
Who has crickets in the background?
What's that?
I hear crickets in the background.
Oh, that's me. I have two windows open in my room. Are they loud? This is the third time someone has commented about my crickets. My professor yesterday commented about crickets. She's like, who has crickets in their house? I'm like, they're not in my house. Okay. So I got off the.
But it just makes every joke that we say really awkward. That's all.
Yeah, because it like actually like emphasizes the fact that there's like no people or something. It's like, oh, silence.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah. I'll go to the next slide. Yes. This is.
I'll
Grant.
speak a little of this one. So basically how this whole group started, don't tell anyone, even though it's going to be recorded, is that we're just trying to meet amazing speakers as well. Trying to get great, you know, people we really admired, and also taking advantage of the fact that everyone is kind of stuck at home, and the only interaction we have is Zoom. So, you know, this is a special year because everyone, any of the one that we can think of or willing to speak to us can speak to us, and we don't have to fly them over, which would just take over the entire budget. So we're trying to get as many speakers as we can, and the first one is someone that I've talked to since I was actually a kid. He's Tom Moore. He's a twice Academy-nominated animator, and he has a new film coming out on Apple TV, Apple TV Plus soon, and he's just really amazing artist. If you're curious to listen to any of his other talks, it's very clear that he's never really wanted to be famous. Like after his first film, he's like, oh, I guess I'll get a regular job now. So he's very passionate. So I'm very excited. And so the other speakers, we're brainstorming, and this is also the part where we want everyone to kind of chip in. Do you have someone that you think is really cool and you want to invite? And or do you know someone who knows someone who might be able to, trying to dig in that Yale resource, as much as we can. Choose the Yale, Papa Yale, as Mama Yale, as long as we still have it. So some of the people, famous YouTubers, like you talked about, the Mythbusters, Rip Grant, but Adam Savage, he was the person kind of inspired a lot of us, which is, it'll be great to get him, and hopefully we can. And yeah, so anyone that you want to suggest, you don't have to say here, but email us, and I'm sure in our future conversations we'll know more of who is possible and who might be able to come.
I can talk about this. So workshops, just another way to learn new skills that maybe we haven't been very well versed in the past. Kind of just a cool way to get people who are experts on a topic to kind of show off their skills, teach all of us the tricks of the trade. Yeah, so we're really excited about workshops. Yeah, so these are going to be led by either some of our members who are really good or passionate about certain topics or building things or making of whatever they have done in the past and they're interested in, or as well just guest workshop leaders. We're hoping that some of the speakers can also run workshops with us and teach us how to make maybe some of their cool projects in the past or things along those lines. So yeah, some possible topics that we have thought about include just how to 3D print, how to model things using CAD, how to forge art. And yeah, the guest speaker that David was talking about, who hopefully, maybe it'd be cool to get him to give a little workshop for us. But yeah, this is just our ideas.
This is not the criminal art forger. This is, he's the leader of Association for Research Against Art Crime. And so he's written, I have all of his books in my bookshelf back here. So he's able to tell us a lot about how, because in a way forgers, I'm talking a lot about forgers because I love forgers if you haven't noticed, but they have really interesting psychology, and they are just jack of all trades, sculptors, and so understanding their psychology will be really cool. And so I think that's a workshop that can bring in a lot of different fields of people, and it's more of art centric compared to the other workshops that the smart people in all of y'all can lead, and I can just sit back and relax.
Yeah, art forgery is kind of the same concept of cybersecurity, where you want to protect your cyber infrastructure. So to protect it best, you kind of have to know how to hack infrastructure, because if you know what the hackers do, then you can protect it. So same thing with art forgery. Got to know what they do. But yeah, it should be really cool. But yeah, these are just topics that we've thought of. If anything else, if there's anything else that you guys want to learn, want to just have any ideas for, please let us know, because we would love to expand this list. The more minds working together to think of topics, the merrier. So yeah, we're really excited about these. Mm-hmm. So thank you for coming. This is really short, but just a little overview of what we're doing. We're really excited for this year. and for future years to come. We're gonna have a lot of cool things planned. Hopefully establish a community given Zoom life, COVID life. So yeah, we're really excited to have you all join us. Follow us on social media. We're gonna be a lot more active now that we're reinstated as a club. And join our Slack, either using the tiny URL code or the QR code. Then we're gonna be sharing all of our projects there, pictures, commenting on each other's cool things that we're working on. So yeah, we're really excited.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I just heard it.
That was a Slack notification. Oh, Neil just joined. Woohoo!
I've been
Slack.
It's nice. I've been hearing Slack notifications every once in a while today. And it's been nice. People joining the Slack. Yeah.